Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
My friend Carly Mark designed this. She has a company called Puppets and Puppets. It's very sculptural.
It's very cool. You walked out and I was like, you were like a walking piece of art.
Oh, that's the nicest thing I've
Yeah.
ever heard. Well, I was watching
Yeah.
you from backstage thinking, what a
All the horses.
razzle-dazzle
I wore
queen.
all the horses.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
every one of those horses.
So people normally, which, I mean, you do look like a fashionista, so people usually associate with New York, but you're now in London, right?
I am in London.
Yeah.
I married an Englishman and I stayed.
Do you love it? I love London.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
I find it, the architecture is beautiful. The culture is, it's so, there's incredible
history's so
history,
good.
there's incredible art, the challenge I find is snacks.
Ah, this is what I find challenging on tour.
That's-
Yeah.
Nothing in New
It's just
York-
different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Firstly, the range of snacks is different.
Yeah.
If you're a very snack-focused person,
Yep.
it's hard.
Yep.
And secondly, everything closes at like 9 o'clock. Like, I'm from New York where
24/7.
24/7. This is an example. Like, I was depressed at 4 in the morning in New York a couple of years ago, got on Postmates, and I was able to order a burger on 2 patties of ramen at 4 in the morning. Like,
It's a beautiful city.
it's a beautiful city. Like, I don't care about
opportunity.
I don't care about, the like big buildings. I don't care about the, Central Park. I care
ramen
about
burger.
the ramen burger.
So wait, so have you had time to make your place? Are you into like design and stuff? Like, like interior design with your new place?
I love it. It's my passion. I like to keep do you love interior design?
I love it.
It's like, to me, it's the
Nesting.
nesting. It's the most relaxing thing to be able to make your space. I mean, just your dressing rooms here are iconic. I
Oh my
walked in
gosh.
and I went, I could live in
That's
here.
my art department. They're so great.
Well,
yeah.
they're amazing, but I try to be my own art department, and so I have so I've painted every wall, I've muraled, I've, made, you guys are gonna get a little sense, gotten lots of stuff from vintage stores.
You're my sister. She's creative like that. She like does it herself as well.
She does, those are my furry stools.
Oh
There's
my
a woman named
gosh.
Uzumaki who makes those, and people walk into the kitchen and they scream because they think I have like 3 sort of
Random animals?
whose hairs have been dyed with manic panic. But no, those are my stools.
Do you have animals? Because do they attack that?
We do have it. We have 2 cats and 2 dogs, and the funny thing is our dogs are hairless. So our stools have hair, but our dogs don't.
I love you and your husband just so much already.
Thank you so much. And I love doing it. And for a while, my husband was just like, yes, you do you. But then I think I've empowered him a little bit too much. And now.
Well, he's creative. He's in the music world.
He
yeah.
is. There he is. I miss him.
So now he likes to be a part of it too.
Now
so
he
are there
likes-
battles of like,
Well,
no.
Yes. Like now he's having opinions, and we can't have men having those.
He's like, so I live here too.
Yeah, and I was like, that's not what I signed up for. I signed up for complete
You
control.
are changing.
That's exactly right.
So you guys just celebrated your 1-year anniversary?
We did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
I did not ever think I'd get married. I didn't think I was going to be a marriage person, but I'm enjoying it tremendously.
Yeah, that's awesome. I never thought I'd get married. It didn't work for me, but I never thought I'd get married though. I didn't, and then it can be wonderful.
Well, what I
Like,
love
starting a
about
family.
you and this show is how open you are, because so many people, we know we live in a world where people want to be glossy and perfect, and the fact
I am
that
unfiltered.
the fact that you come out here and you're just like, yeah, marriage, not it.
It's
like,
not for everyone. Yeah.
No, and
Yeah.
I think I had to obviously find someone very specific who would be down to do marriage the way that I want to do marriage.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not against it. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I think it's so wonderful too. Like, even like, we have a couple on today later in the show, and they're like older and they just got married and they're like 80s and 90s. And I'm just like, that's beautiful. I think it's beautiful.
I think it's
But I do think we all, because of how, we grew up, we all, our love languages are differently. You have to find someone that kind of matches you and you grow together.
And
I think that's
it's
important.
beautiful if you're getting to do it. Like if you're doing it in your 80s and 90s, you're doing it on your own terms. And I think so many of us were sold a specific bill of goods about what sort of a heterosexual partnership was supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And I think one of the benefits of, having had a little experience under my belt before I got married was I was like, I was up for living a very different kind of life where I was doing it on my own. And then he just happened to make that life better.
Oh, that's so cool. You found something that compliments you. That's amazing.
And I hope I compliment him. I keep talking about how he has to follow all my rules and how he compliments me.
We know you're kidding. We know,
okay,
we know
you.
you're being funny.
Thank you.
So you have a podcast called The C Word. There are a lot of C words out there. Like, which C word?
It's a great question because there's so many fun C words to
really
choose
are.
from.
Yeah.
And some of them in England, there's a few that are really popular that aren't as popular in the US.
I know of one right now.
You know of one right now.
And they say it, and I'm like, oh, we're just freely saying that
I know,
one.
we're just letting that one go.
Yeah.
And I know, and I'm always kind of like, are we really allowed to do this? Okay, I'll jump right in.
Yeah.
But our C word is crazy. And it's about the way that women, often in the public eye, are perceived as crazy, whether it's by the press, or by fandoms, or by culture at large, and really trying to examine why we ascribe certain labels to women. I feel like culturally right now we're having a moment where we're revisiting certain ways we've treated women, whether it's looking at the way that we publicly dealt with Britney Spears or certain starlets of the 2000s, going, actually the way that we spoke to and about this woman wasn't okay. We've done an episode on Amy Winehouse, Whitney Houston, iconic, important women who have also been labeled, particularly by this culture we live in, America, as crazy or other. And my partner who I do it with, Alyssa Bennett, who's also my best friend, I'm very lucky, she is a historian and a cultural critic, so she really gets in and digs in and does the research.
Yeah.
And then I try to take my experience being publicly called crazy, and then we have a soup.
Yeah. No, I love that. You know, it's interesting even bringing up like Whitney, because that whole documentary came out about her, and like a lot of us fans didn't know all that background. So that's the thing I think we need to keep in our minds. Like, you don't know what people are going through or have been through, and then to label them that is so detrimental to them emotionally because you have no idea what has been put on them like since childhood.
That's so much what the podcast is about looking at the fact that these people have lived big, full, complicated lives and often been encouraged to keep a lot of that secret because of the way that we want
Because they're a product.
Because they're a product.
To someone, yeah.
And you would know about, I mean, you started in this business young.
I've never been there.
You've
myself.
never known what that feels like.
Never had anyone treat me like a product.
No, so that's the thing, is also being treated like a product makes you want to push back and push out and then kind of misbehave, but where does that really come from? So we just started our season with a two-parter on Lindsay Lohan. Can't wait for this Netflix Christmas movie. I am going to be the first person who watches Lindsay Lohan's Christmas movie. I'm just going to be...
I love Christmas movies, first of all.
I love Christmas movies. I love Lindsay Lohan. I'm going to be stuffing my face with popcorn and cheering.
I think that's the thing, too. I tell artists on The Voice that I work with, because there's a lot of young ones that I work with usually, and I'm like, quit, like, do not aim to please everyone. Like, it's never going to work. Like, do you, there's gonna be an audience for it, and there's gonna be a whole mess of people that are like not vibing with you. And that's okay. Like, but I think people think they wanna be all to all people, and that's exhausting. No one can do that.
No, there's an amazing Nina Simone quote, and I'm gonna butcher it slightly.
Can't wait.
But you're excited for me to just but it's a beautiful quote, which is, you lose everything you've got trying to give everyone what they want. And that, when I heard that and then butchered it, it really spoke to me in a deep and profound way. And I think those people are so lucky that they have you to be that guide for them. They're so lucky that they have you, someone with experience, because if I'd had sort of an older woman with experience telling me,
I wish I would have had that.
This is what it's gonna look like, I think my life would have, I mean, I'm very happy with where I am, but I also think that
my 20s would have been a lot smoother.
I would have spent a lot less time crying into that ramen burger.
I just crying in general. I was like, so you're also highlighting strong women in your new movie, Catherine Called Birdie. So what is Catherine Called Birdie? Catherine
Called Birdie is a movie that's based on my favorite book from childhood, which was called, shocker, Catherine Called Birdie. And it's about...
Where did you come up with the title for the movie?
I know. And it's about a young woman, a 14-year-old in 1290 medieval England, who is living her life, loving her childhood, getting to kind of have that like rough and tumble experience of being a little kid, and then gets her period, and her parents basically decide it's time to marry her off. And it's about her fight to maintain her independence, but it is a comedy.
Yeah, I love that.
And so...
I would have just never told anyone I started my period.
Well, she tries that, and it doesn't work. And so it's that story, the story of her kind of trying to maintain her independence and her sense of self, and really coming up against the idea of what women can and can't do. And the thing that's funny is it takes place 1,000 years ago, but almost 1,000 years ago, but there's a lot in there that still feels very relevant, because we still live in a culture, as we discussed, that puts a lot of very specific constraints and demands on not just its young women, it's young people.
Yeah.